Your family might have fewer pumpkins to choose from this year, but there's still plenty of fun to be had here at Schuster's Farm. We're talking live with owner Don about what's new in store here on the farm.
And young people in Madison are walking out of class today along with others around the world. We'll tell you why just ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is
Friday?
September 20th.
Wow,
I
you
know.
left me hanging there, but that's okay.
I just know that's Chris's thing. He loves saying that.
I know, that's not, I was taken
I
aback.
know. We don't have to save it for 4. We can do it in the morning.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this moment for all week.
I know. It's certainly Friday. There's a little bit of fog out there this morning, but we're going to make it a good day. That's what I'm impressed with and determined to do. We're going to make it a good day. All right, let's go ahead and get you guys with the visibility out there this morning. 0 is the case for Wisconsin Dells, Black River Falls, along with Juneau and Madison. That visibility has actually gotten better for us. It was at a quarter mile. Now that's gone up to a mile. One of the things you'll notice is this fog is kind of moving as a wave, which is just so cool. So cool. I don't even have enough time to explain it, but it's moving off of Lake Michigan, and you've seen the visibility towards the east go down, and now it's starting to improve. The visibility in the west was great earlier, but now it's starting to go downhill as this fog continues to roll its way back towards the west. It's all of the state of Wisconsin that is dealing with the fog. That is one thing that is true. We do have dense fog advisories for just about the entire state, along with parts of the UP of Michigan. 60 degrees right now in Madison. A lot of us are seeing those temperatures into the 60s, though some of us are in the upper 50s. As we go throughout your morning, here's how things should play out. That fog begins to lift. We'll stay muggy. Temperatures will reach the upper 70s by lunchtime. This afternoon, highs top out right around 82. We'll see a slight chance of a storm, but I'm optimistic that most folks will stay dry as we go into the afternoon.
All right, let's try this again. Good morning, everyone. It is
Friday! There we go.
I am excited. I really am.
Good stuff right there. Great stuff.
Great job. I'm impressed.
Thanks,
Go
guys.
team.
Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
We are following breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this morning. Police are looking for a suspect who they say broke into an apartment. Officers went to an apartment complex on Monterey Drive near Warner Park around 1:30 a.m. They say the attempted burglar snuck his way into the basement of the building and ran when police got there. Anyone with information, anyone who might have seen something in that neck of the woods is asked to call the Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Also breaking into the newsroom within the last hour, South Carolina State University is on lockdown for reports of a shooting on campus. Students have been instructed to stay inside. SC State is about an hour northwest of Charleston. No word on any injuries at this point, and little details are coming in right now, but we'll pass along any new information as it becomes available.
We also have new details breaking overnight on a mass shooting in Washington, D.C., leaving 1 person dead and 5 others wounded. That shooting happened just 2 miles from the White House. It took place around 10 Eastern time. The gunfire came from an outdoor courtyard of an apartment building in the Columbia Heights neighborhood. Police do believe this was a drive-by shooting. Reuters is reporting no one has been arrested and that police don't know the motive as of this morning. Of the 5 wounded victims, 2 were considered critical, but all are expected to survive.
A gun maker says it is no longer producing several rifles for the civilian market, including the AR-15. Colt Manufacturing says it will instead focus on fulfilling military and law enforcement contracts with its rifle manufacturing. AR-15 semi-automatic rifles and similar assault-style weapons have been used in a number of mass shootings in recent years. Several other companies also make the AR-15 style weapons.
Here in Wisconsin, Democratic lawmakers are introducing legislation to address gun violence. The red flag law would allow for extreme risk protection orders. That means if a family member or a law enforcement officer believes someone might be a threat to themselves or to others, a judge can decide to temporarily take that person's gun. The bill would have to clear a Republican-controlled legislature to pass. The GOP has shown concern this proposal would violate Second Amendment rights.
6:04 right now. The Madison Area Crime Stoppers are now offering a $1,000 reward for anyone who has information leading to an arrest in the murder investigation of 17-year-old Shay Watson. The former Verona high schooler was killed almost a month ago, and no arrests have been made. According to evidence at the scene, investigators don't think it was a random act. Watson's family also started a GoFundMe for reward money, which has already reached $3,500.
Young people across the country are planning to walk out of class today as part of a global youth climate strike. It's being organized to kick off a week of action across the world to urge those in power to address climate change. There are events planned in 156 different countries. Here in Madison, young people are planning on gathering at MG&E downtown for a rally. They want to see Governor Evers declare a state of climate emergency and demand MG&E to transition to 100% renewable energy by the year 2030. That rally is scheduled to run from 1 until 3.
Farmers in Grant County are seeing some of the most significant impacts from the rain over the past week. Emergency management says they've seen more than 16 inches there, 6 inches happening on Wednesday night alone. State Highway 81 was shut down for a while Thursday morning because of the floodwaters. Farmers in the area say this type of thing is happening more often, and every time it does, it leaves a lot of cleanup for everyone.
You can see down here where it's coming across the road, the ripples, that's all going to be washed out, and there's going to be a lot of roads here in Grant County are going to be that way. This is a township road, that's a state road. So township crews, things like that are going to have a lot of cleanup.
Another farmer told us there's no way to prepare for floods like this, and since it happens so often, he's come to accept that. And others will spend a lot of time cleaning up after it stops raining.
In Vernon County, some have said they've seen flooding affect their community for the past 4 years now. As flood levels continue to rise, they're preparing for a possible fifth. Just Wednesday night, several towns in Vernon County saw up to 3 inches of rain, and some areas the river has also risen by 6 inches over the last few days.
We've had quite a bit of water in the last week and a half, a lot of rain here. So I knew it wasn't going to take much. They're getting tired of it, but they're getting used to it.
A few towns in Vernon County are in minor flood stage this morning. If you're in minor flood stage, it's important to stay alert for flooding in your home and report any damage immediately to your county's emergency management program.
So we know this wet weather we've seen this year is already affecting the apple crop, and now we're learning whether it might also affect your family's plans to head to a pumpkin patch or corn maze.
Oh yeah, several of them are scheduled to open this weekend. Our Christina Laurie's a little early. She's there this morning, all decked out for fall. Christina, loving the outfit.
Thanks, Josh and Leah. You guys didn't get the orange memo today. I know you guys are wearing red. But Schuster's Farm is hoping the third time would be the charm. 2 years ago, their parking lot flooded. Last year, they were forced to close 3 weekends because of weather. This year, though, already not off to a great start. Pumpkin crop's down this year. Don Schuster out here with us. But the silver lining, you still have plenty of pumpkins.
We got lots of pumpkins. We got a lot of pumpkins.
What did you learn from the past few years of weather challenges?
You got to roll with the punches. You can't just, roll over and die just because the parking lot is flooded or you got to close for the weekend. Next day is going to be, the sun's going to come out, so.
And 26 years of business certainly does that for you. So
Yeah.
we're standing in front of your corn maze.
Yeah.
This year has a very special theme and a personal theme for you.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
It's the 75th anniversary of Normandy, so it's got a plane in it, a bomber, a landing craft. We were looking for my dad to land it at Normandy day one, or not day one, day plus one. We were looking for something for an organization that we could partner with that dealt with PSTD because he suffered greatly from that.
And so the money raised will go to Dry Hooch?
He's going to go to Dry Hooch, yes. They need a van really bad.
And that's a great local organization
Yes,
that'll
it is.
help people like your dad. You were saying that he was also a farmer?
Yes, I'm a 5th generation here from Dane County.
Wow. So lots of local Schusters.
Yeah.
Firm grip here in the Madison area. Thank you so much for talking to us.
You betcha.
And coming up, we're going to stay out here, and at 6:30, we're going to actually roll out the pumpkin cannon. So I'll just leave you at that.
All right, looking forward to that. Christina Laurie live this morning. Christina, thank you very much.
6:09 on your Friday. Some of my very favorites, Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and a host of other music legends will be in Southeast Wisconsin tomorrow, all to help the farming community. This is for Farm Aid 2019 at Alpine Valley in East Troy. It's the second time the annual festival has been held here in America's Dairyland. Tickets are sold out, but you can still watch the concert streaming online and a broadcast on cable. There are also other events being held in conjunction with that festival, including a panel on farms and art being moderated by our very own farm babe Pam Yankee.
Meanwhile, a local music promoter is also doing something good for local farmers. Michael Alexander is the entertainment director at the Crystal Grand in Wisconsin Dells. He grew up in Barneveld and knows firsthand the struggles farmers are going through. After a family-run farm by one of his hometown friends recently had to sell all of their cows. He says he wanted to do something good for farmers to help take their minds off of things, even just for a few hours. So he's giving away free concert tickets at his venue for farmers.
Essentially, farming is the lifeblood of this country, and as in our opinion, it's a way of life that's slowly disappearing. You know, it's very thankless and very backbreaking, and if we can give them a night out, it isn't going to really necessarily long-term help, but sometimes it's just a night out can help a lot.
The Crystal Grand has already given away 1,000 tickets to upcoming concerts for country artists Joe Nichols and Justin Moore. This morning, they'll be giving away another 500 tickets for Vince Neil of Motley Crue fame and the band America. We have all the info of how you can snag some of those tickets on our website, channel3000.com.
Closing the state's academic achievement gap is a top priority for State Superintendent Carolyn Stanford Taylor. In her first State of Education address at the Capitol, Taylor called that gap a crisis. She says a nearly $600 million boost in education is a down payment on equity. Taylor's speech comes a week after standardized test scores show less than half of students in our state are proficient in math and English. Democrats say those poor test results show the need to increase funding for schools, while Republicans say they show the status quo isn't working.
The misperception that the dollars that have been spent on students equate to just that classroom. It's not that simple. You have to think about everything that goes into a school. You've got your facilities, you've got your lunch program, you've got your pupil services folks, transportation. All of that goes into those dollars.
Now, after seeing the recent drop in test scores, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says, quote, with the repeated increases in funding for education, taxpayers deserve to know why we're not seeing better results.
All right, 12 minutes past 6 o'clock now on a Friday morning, and just ahead, our film critic Will Loper is taking us on a trip to the finest estate in the United Kingdom. We'll have a first look at Downton Abbey up next.
And a dense fog advisory is in place this morning. Chris Reese is in next to tell you when that visibility might clear up on your drive to work. That's when News 3 Now This Morning continues.
This
Well, good Friday morning, folks. We are setting up for what should hopefully be a fairly nice day for us out here. We just have to deal with a little bit of fog out there this morning. That's one of the things we're watching. There's a dense fog advisory for pretty much the entire area. That's going to go until 10 o'clock this morning. I had a little mosquito on my face. That's going to go until 10 o'clock this morning, though. And here's how visibility is shaping up throughout the area. 0 in the Dells right now. Same for our friends up in Juneau. And Madison, the visibility at 1. Things are improving somewhat for us. We had a visibility down at about a quarter mile earlier this morning. 60 is the temperature, 50s as you work your way towards the north just a little bit, back towards the south and west. We see more of those temperatures into the upper 60s. And dew points will be in the upper 60s as well. I'll show you those in just a moment. Our dew point in Madison, 59 right now with a calm wind. Dew points are at 66 though as you work your way towards Mineral Point. Those higher dew points going to creep in as we go through the day and into the weekend. That does mean we're going to be staying just a little bit humid out there, folks. One of the other things we're watching is just this line of showers and thunderstorms trying to arrive from the south and west. I just don't quite think those will make it all the way into town, but I'm keeping my eye on those as we go throughout the morning. Overall weather pattern is rather humid, and it's being driven by high pressure across the south and east, allowing those winds to come out of the south. What we're also paying attention to is the cold front back towards the west. That's going to be creeping our direction as we go through the weekend, and that means things are going to be staying somewhat unsettled for us. Watch the southerly wind stay in control. The rain chances along with the cloud cover will take over throughout the weekend, but none of that will be a washout by any means. So that's certainly some positive news for us, but we'll keep those chances for some showers and thunderstorms at least around. The best chance is going to be overnight, Saturday into Sunday, and then that front pushes on towards the south and east, and we'll start to watch that rain move towards the Ohio Valley and the Appalachians. But let's go ahead and time out your Friday as you begin to head out the door. You're planning for today. Here's how things are going to shape up. That fog will lift. I do think we'll see some sunshine mixing in at times. By lunch, temperatures should be into the upper 70s. We'll see those highs around 82 this afternoon. I can't rule out an isolated chance of a shower or thunderstorm going up, but most folks should be dry as we go through the day. Overnight tonight, we'll see that mix of the cloud cover and the moonlight as temperatures fall into the 60s. More clouds move in for Saturday, along with those isolated chances for showers and thunderstorms. Again, it won't be a washout, but you'll play a little splash and dash as you go throughout the day, and then that continues moving into your Sunday as well. And then again, Sunday morning will likely be the wettest period, but folks, by the time we get you into Monday, we're talking sunshine and low 70s. The low 70s stick around throughout the week, and then by the time we get you towards Thursday into Friday, we'll have a couple days with temperatures into the upper 60s. Jason Stone, tell us how the traffic is looking, my friend.
No issues on the Beltline. Everyone is moving at the posted speed limit. Drivers will find minor congestion on the Stoughton and Verona interchanges. Moderate lining up on Verona Road at Highway PD. Wait times will increase there throughout the morning. All other routes into Madison and around Dane County are clear for travel. And not much happening on the Isthmus or campus at this time. With your First Alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Jason and Chris, thank you very much. This week in theaters, we return to the Crawley family and their servants.
Yep, the movie is Downton Abbey, and here with the preview is our film critic, Will. How's it going?
Very good, guys. I'm very excited about this. I look forward to seeing everyone at the theater dressed up as their favorite characters. I'll be going as Mrs. Patmore myself. As we all witness, I'm calling it right now, the cinematic event of the year as we return to Downton. Take a look.
Blimey.
The King and Queen are coming to Downton.
What? A royal luncheon, a parade, and a dinner? I'm going to have to sit down.
The King and Queen are coming for a visit, and the residents of Downton Abbey are all aflutter as they prepare.
Should we really go on with it? You mean leave Downton?
Downton Abbey is rated PG.
Remember to pray for us.
I'll put in a word.
Now, this is a pretty popular series, so you're expecting a lot of folks to flock to the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, they're only looking at like about 20 million, which I thought, man, 200 million, what the heck? But you guys haven't seen an episode ever? No, man. I do, you know, one friend, I was like, a period piece, sort of costume drama. I don't know if I'd be interested, but they said just watch one episode, see if you're a fan. You can stop after that. I watched it and I was hooked. The show just hooks you.
And we were talking, it makes you wonder if you haven't seen the show, if it's going to make sense to you watching the movie.
Yeah, I really feel like, you know, there's like 15 to 20 main characters that this movie probably is not going to be like, okay, this is Daisy, she works in the kitchen, and now we go to Lord Grantham. Now he's the head of the household, so I think this is something for fans of the show.
Okay.
Review on Monday?
I'll have it.
All right. Thanks, Will. We always appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Still ahead this morning, in Janesville, folks are working out for more than just their own health. It is CrossFit for a Cause. We're telling you all about it after the break.
But first, Chris Reese is in to talk about that bus stop forecast. Stick around. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. .24 on your Friday morning. Live look outside right there. Looks like a little patchy fog. We've been dealing with this fog all week, it seems like, Chris. I'm guessing maybe with all that humidity and moisture in the air.
That's right. Dew points are into the upper 60s, but then at night temperatures cool down into the 60s. That's the recipe for fog, with the temperature and dew point meet in the middle.
Look
meet
at
with
us.
each other. Yes.
Learning stuff.
I know. Oh, that was cute right
That's like
there.
a Kathy Lee and Hoda moment right there.
That's what we aim to
All
be here.
Let's go ahead and show you guys how things are shaping up for us. This is actually the visibility right now. And yes, things are certainly very foggy. Juneau, the visibility 0, say for Black River Falls along with Wisconsin Dells. As you work your way up towards Camp Douglas and Volk Field, the visibility down towards about half a mile. Madison has gotten a lot better compared to where things were. We're now at 1 mile compared to the quarter-mile visibility we had. Janesville, things have actually cleared out for you guys just a little bit. We've been watching this fog move from the east and back towards the west. So the further west you live, the actual increase or lower visibility we've had because that fog has thickened up for us. Here's a live look over the Edgewater right now. You see some of that fog out there. The temperature 60, the dew point in Madison 59 right now. Elsewhere, temperatures are mainly into the 60s. Some upper 50s do join the picture as well. Mineral Point at 66 degrees right now. Folks, we're staying warm and muggy. You won't need a jacket headed to the bus stop today. Drop-off temperatures or pick-up temperatures from the bus anyway will be right around 67. At lunch, 74. By the time you are headed home this afternoon, look for temperatures into the upper 70s.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. We're almost to the halfway point in our Coats for Kids drive, and we want to continue to be impressed with all of that generosity from you at home. Our coat count is up to more than 1,200. That's a little behind last year's pace, though, but there's still plenty of time to donate. You have until Saturday, October 5th to drop off those coats and any other kind of winter gear to Clinky Cleaners locations across Dane County. They will clean those items for free before they go out to families in need. The items will be collected and distributed in mid-October. All right, 6:26 right now. We're taking a minute this morning to spotlight an area gym that's stepping up in a big way for kids battling cancer in their community.
CrossFit 608 is teaming up with the Janesville Police Department to help find a cure. Officer Justin Stubendick is taking a break from his morning workout at the gym to tell us a little bit about it. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to raise money for here with this event.
So this event in particular is for 3 local kids in the Rock County, Janesville area that are battling pediatric cancer. 2 of those kids are still in active treatment, and one of the kids, Emmy, she actually passed last year. So the money that will be going to her goes to her nonprofit. It's called Emmy's Wish, and they grant wishes to kids that are less than 2.5 years old because they don't actually qualify for Make-A-Wish. They're too young.
So you've got a lot going on here. You're obviously talking about CrossFit, but for those that aren't interested in working out like our friend Leah here, how can people help out?
You know, there's actually a workout for everyone. There's a 1 mile memorial walk for Emmy, and then there's kind of a calisthenic workout in the middle, and then there's a very CrossFit style workout for Isaac. But if you don't feel like working out, or if it's just not your thing, I would encourage you to come out and see what it's all about. But also there's going to be raffles, bounce house, popcorn, snow cones, face paint, balloons, a lot of activities for the kids. So we're just trying to get the community out, raise awareness, as September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And there's a lot more kids out there that are fighting this fight than you really know about.
Love that. Now we have some information. Let's put that up on the screen if we can. This event is happening on Sunday, September 22nd. It's going to be at Traxler Park in Janesville. Registration is $35. You can register on active.com. We're going to be putting that link up on channel3000.com. Officer, thank you so much for meeting us this morning.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great day.
You as well. All right, still ahead for us on a Friday morning. We've got the top 3 things that you need to know before you head out the door.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for staying with us on this Friday, September 20th. Chris Reese in for Hattie today. He is talking about a hot and humid start to your weekend. We'll check in with his forecast in a minute.
Yeah, the final weekend of summer. We'll get to him in just a moment. But first, the top 3 things you need to know this morning. 1 person is dead and 5 others are wounded in a mass shooting on the streets of Washington, D.C., just 2 miles from the White House. It happened around 10 Eastern time. Police believe it was a drive-by shooting done by 2 male suspects with an AK-style rifle. No one has been arrested and police don't know the motive yet. All of them are expected to survive.
The second story we're following this morning, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he wants a peaceful resolution to the standoff with Iran after last weekend's attack on Saudi Arabian oil facilities. Iran's foreign minister says any military strike against Iran by the U.S. or Saudi Arabia will spark a, quote, all-out war. President Trump has vowed to add more sanctions onto Iran. The Islamic Republic continues to deny it was behind the missile and drone attack.
And rounding out the top 3 this morning, a roughly 100-mile stretch of southeastern Texas is experiencing massive flooding this morning as remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda severely flooded parts of Texas and Louisiana yesterday. Rescue crews and volunteers with boats are struggling to reach stranded drivers and families trapped in their homes. This is the most rain Texas has seen since Hurricane Harvey hit Houston just over 2 years ago.
Those are the top 3 things to know on your Friday. Chris is here now with a look at the forecast. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, folks. We are dealing with fog here in south central Wisconsin. That's going to be the theme as we go through most of the morning. Visibility is going back down in Madison right now as this wave of fog rolls on through. 3/4 of a mile visibility at the moment. Wisconsin Dells, Juneau, and Black River Falls at 0. Folks, just give yourself some extra time as you begin to head out the door. This is all throughout the state of Wisconsin. That is where we are seeing a dense fog advisory. That's going to go until 10 a.m. today, so keep that in mind. 59 the temperature in Madison right now, the dew point at 59 as well. Madison is one of the few spots that has fallen into the upper 50s now. Still mid-60s as you work your way back towards the south and west. Boscobel and Mineral Point at 65 and 66. Folks, as we go through your morning, look for temperatures warming up. We'll reach the upper 70s by lunch. Then we will top out around 82 this afternoon. I can't rule out the slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but most folks stay dry today. Will also be warm and, of course, very humid.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. So fall doesn't exactly start until Monday, but for several area pumpkin farms, it really kicks off this weekend.
Yeah, but after such a wet growing season, Christina Laurie's checking in at Schuster's in Deerfield with seeing if they're ready to go this fall. Good morning, Christina.
Hi, Josh and Leah. Don Schuster's pumpkin crop was down about 20% this year, but he still says your family will have plenty of gourds to choose from if you come out to his farm. Pumpkins are just one of the many things Don has to offer. We checked out the corn maze, which is going to help raise money for Dry Hooch. What else can families expect out here?
We have everything. We got food. We make our own cider apple donuts, caramel apples, fudge. Then there's at night we have the haunted forest. This is our 14th year doing that, our 20th year scaring people. Then we have our backyard, which has got ball zone, obstacle course, zip line, slides, animals, pig races, jumping pillow, the apple cannons that you can shoot that are really destroying my targets this year. We upgraded. A corn pit, playhouses, Fort Hugh, cornball, human foosball, barrel train. I don't think I missed anything.
And we're standing in front of the giant pumpkin cannon.
Oh, I forgot about the pumpkin cannon.
Okay, that is the one thing you missed.
I did forget about the pumpkin cannon.
We're going to launch a pumpkin out of here. I've never done this before.
You got a license?
I don't.
Oh, well.
You're going to give me a pass today?
Sure, off the cops don't touch you.
You said it was easy. I just have to pull this lever?
Just pull that back and she's going to go.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
It's still going.
Okay, wow.
It's still going.
That is really far
It's still
out there.
going. We just planted pumpkins for next year. That's what we just put it back out in the field.
That's the secret?
Yeah, that's how we plant them, right there.
Wow, you heard it here.
Mm-hmm.
Josh and Leah, have you ever launched a pumpkin out of a cannon?
I've never launched a pumpkin. I've seen this happen before, but that was incredible, even though we lost it into the fog. That's cool.
Incredible.
How did I do?
I think you did great.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
Thank you.
I'd like to see how much farther we can get it.
I have quite the outfit for it.
You do.
True.
You're rocking that outfit.
She's prepared. A little Friday entertainment. We love it.
The pumpkin was cool, but I'd like to do the human cannon. Chris Reese, would you do that?
You first.
Chris is laughing over here. We're signing Chris up for that. Christina Laurie reporting live on the best story of the morning. Thank you very much, Christina.
All right, 6:36 is your time right now. Coming up in the morning sprint, we're going to see how the Badgers are planning on showing off their team colors on game day.
Plus, it's the weekend in the 608, and we think there are a few things going on you might want to check out. Human Cannonball, not one of them. Sorry, Chris. That's coming up as News 3 Now This Morning continues. All right, time of the morning, we always show you a shot of what our mornings look like. Take a peek right there. It is Highland Homecoming. I had to give a shout out to my whole town. You might see, this is a picture of our world famous parade we have every year. My dad's in that lower right-hand one,
Aww.
and that's my cousin's float up in the upper.
What's your mascot?
Cardinals, of course.
Highland Cardinals.
That's why we're all wearing red today, right?
Well, there you go.
Absolutely love it. Thanks to my cousin Amy for sending me these pictures last minute. Good luck to the Cardinals. Their game tomorrow night.
All right. Well, if you've got a photo of your morning, all you have to do is put it onto our Facebook page. 6:40 is your time right now. It's almost the weekend in the 608, and here's what's happening around the Madison area.
Lots of stuff. The Barrymore Theater is hosting Criminal on Saturday night. It's a podcast about crime, telling its stories from the perspective of the perpetrators as well as the victims. Host Phoebe Judge may interrogate audience members at this live recording of the show. Pretty neat.
That's awesome. And you won't want to miss The Book of Mormon, the musical comedy written by the creators of the animated TV series South Park. It's a take on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, telling the story of two missionaries in the village of Uganda. The Book of Mormon has been a favorite of critics and audiences alike since it opened on Broadway in 2011. There are several performances tonight, through Sunday.
I have never seen the Book of Mormon, but it's high on my list.
I know there's been quite a few people at the station that have checked it out, and everyone has had rave reviews. So.
All right, we're going to have to get over there.
There you go. All right, we are monitoring some dense fog conditions across southern Wisconsin this morning. And Chris is taking a look at some showers and thunderstorms popping up as we head into the weekend. He'll have his latest forecast up next.
But first, we are always looking to feature kiddos turning 3 on the morning show. If you have a picture, send it to that address right there on your screen. Thanks so much for watching News 3 Now this morning.
Look who's
Well, good Friday morning. One of the things we've been tracking, folks, is the fog and the dense fog advisories. A little bit of good news, though. There's been a change. One county, or one tier of counties, rather, has come down from those dense fog advisories. This is the extreme southern tier, so Grant County, along with Lafayette, Greene, and Rock and Raworth counties. They have all come out of the dense fog advisory that was there. Still, as you work your way towards the north, those dense fog advisories will continue until 10 a.m. We'll see if any of those can get dropped here soon. We're getting better in Madison now. 2-mile visibility. Watertown at 4 miles visibility. It's still a quarter mile as you work your way down towards Lone Rock and Boscobel, though. 0 still in the Wisconsin Dells right now. So this fog is certainly a thing. Temperature-wise, we're at 59 right now in the Dells, 61 in Camp Douglas, Black River Falls at 60. Southwestern Wisconsin is just a little bit more humid and a little bit warmer right now with their temperatures into the mid-60s. Madison is at 59 too. Winds are calm. Dew points are into the upper 50s. We are starting to see a little bit more sunshine just because that fog is starting to lift up for us. So that's certainly some good news. Here are the dew points once again. Notice they are higher towards the south and west than they are as opposed towards working your way towards the north and east. But folks, this is that humid air that's going to be sticking around as we go through today and through the rest of the weekend, and that's going to eventually supply some moisture for some more showers and thunderstorms. Speaking of, we watched a line of showers and thunderstorms develop throughout parts of northeastern Iowa this morning. Now, over the past couple of radar scans, we're noticing a lot of those starting to weaken and fall apart. So I do not expect those to make it towards us here in Wisconsin, but we are certainly staying humid. Winds staying out of the south. There's high pressure over the southeastern United States that has really been dominating the weather pattern. But one of the things we're also paying attention to is this area of low pressure and cold front that you see across the northern Rockies and high plains. That's gradually going to be inching our direction as we go through the rest of the weekend and keeping things unsettled. Here's future track. You see that strong south wind that's funneling in a lot of the moisture. Here comes that cold front from the north and west, and you see we have the isolated shower chances around. Notice, no day is a complete washout. It's cloudy, yes, but we'll see isolated chances of storms. That most widespread chance is going to be overnight Saturday and into early Sunday morning. Then by Sunday afternoon, we'll start to clear things out. That front pushes its way towards the south and east. High pressure shapes up behind that, and that will allow for a beautiful Monday. But let's go ahead and time out today and get you all out the door. Temperatures, of course, in the 50s and 60s now. By lunchtime, look for temperatures into the mid and upper 70s. We'll top out into the low 80s. There may be an isolated shower or storm, but most folks should stay very dry today. Overnight tonight, it's the 60s. Here comes the cloud cover into Saturday. And again, the isolated shower chances really kind of hang around. There will not be a washout again, but nonetheless, that chance will certainly be there. It's going to be overnight Saturday into Sunday. That will certainly be the wettest time period. But then as we move into early next week, it's low 70s, some sunshine and low humidity as well. Upper 60s by the time we get you towards the end of next week. Your pet walk. I love this. Beardy McBeardy Pants and Blade. I do not know who Beardy McBeardy Pants is or who Blade is, but what a name.
Phenomenal. Love it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
My pleasure.
All right, stay with us for the morning sprint up next.
It's 6:51, time for the morning sprint to get you out the door with the most local news to start out your Friday.
We start right now with breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center within the last 5 minutes. School officials in Sun Prairie say they are investigating a threat made by a high school student overnight. In an email to parents, the high school's principal says they were notified of the threat at 9:30 last night. The Sun Prairie Police Department responded and determined schools were safe. Classes will be held as usual today.
More breaking news this morning. Police are looking for a suspect who they say broke into an apartment building. Officers went to the complex on Monterey Drive near Warner Park at around 1:30 a.m. They say that attempted burglar snuck his way into the basement of the building and ran when police got there. Anyone with information is asked to call the Madison area Crime Stoppers.
And breaking out east this morning, 1 person is dead and 5 others wounded in a mass shooting on the streets of Washington, D.C. near the White House. It happened last night around 10 Eastern time. Police believe it was a drive-by shooting done by 2 male suspects with an AK-style rifle. No arrests have been made. Now, of the 5 wounded victims, 2 were considered critical, but all are expected to survive.
Colt Manufacturing says it will no longer be producing several rifles for the civilian market, including the AR-15. Instead, it will focus on fulfilling military and law enforcement contracts with its rifle manufacturing. AR-15 semi-automatic rifles and similar assault-style weapons have been used in a number of mass shootings in recent years.
The Dane County Board is supporting a resolution to rename Squaw Bay on Lake Monona. The State Journal says the board voted unanimously to support a proposal to rename it Weechawik Bay. Now that's the Ho-Chunk word for muskrat. The name change was proposed after the Ho-Chunk Nation said they consider the term squaw offensive. The name change still needs to be approved by state and federal officials.
Here in Wisconsin, Democratic lawmakers are introducing legislation to address gun violence. The bill would allow for extreme risk protection orders, which means if a family member or a law enforcement officer believes someone is a threat to themselves or others, a judge can decide to temporarily take that person's gun. The bill would have to clear a Republican-controlled legislature to pass.
Young people across the country are planning to walk out of class today as part of a global youth climate strike. In Madison, young people are planning on gathering at MG&E downtown for a rally. They want to see Governor Evers declare a state of climate emergency while also demanding MG&E to transition to 100% renewable energy by 2030. That rally is scheduled to run from 1 to 3 this afternoon.
We are still, of course, watching some of that fog this morning, but the good news is visibility is starting to get better across the area. Madison now 3-mile visibility. Some of those dense fog advisories are being allowed to come down as well. Temperature-wise, we're into the 50s and 60s, especially warmer as you work your way towards the south and west. 59 right now in Madison. But as we plan the day, look for temperatures to warm up as that fog continues to lift. We'll see those highs right around 82 this afternoon.
Chris, thank you. A roughly 100-mile stretch of southeastern Texas is experiencing massive flooding this morning as remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda severely flooded parts of Texas and Louisiana yesterday. Rescue crews and volunteers with boats are struggling to reach stranded drivers and families trapped in their homes. This is the most rain Texas has seen since Hurricane Harvey hit Houston just over 2 years ago.
Fall doesn't officially start until Monday, but for Schuster's Farm here in Deerfield, it kind of starts tomorrow. This family-owned farm offers a variety of different activities. You can get lost in an 8-acre corn maze, take a wagon ride to choose from more than 14 acres of pumpkins, and sample dozens of fresh barnyard treats while you're at it. Farmers say this year's pumpkin crop is down about 20%, but they're coming off one of the best pumpkin yields in history last year. To find your nearest pumpkin farm or how you can get tickets to come out here to Schuster's, head to our website, channel3000.com.
Thank you very much, Christina. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and a host of other music legends will be in southeast Wisconsin tomorrow to help the farming community. Farm Aid 2019 will be held at Alpine Valley in East Troy. Tickets are sold out, but you can still watch the concert streaming online and on cable. There are also other events being held in conjunction with that festival.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he wants a peaceful resolution to the standoff with Iran after last weekend's attack on Saudi Arabian oil facilities. Iran's foreign minister says any military strike against Iran by the U.S. or Saudi Arabia will spark an all-out war. President Trump has vowed to slap additional sanctions on Iran. The Islamic Republic continues to deny it was behind the missile and drone attack.
Fitchburg officers are now offering a $1,000 reward for anyone who has information leading to an arrest in the murder investigation of 17-year-old Shay Watson. The former Verona high schooler was killed almost a month ago now, and no arrests have been made. According to evidence at the scene, investigators do not think this was a random act.
In morning sports, the Badgers face off against Michigan tomorrow in one of the biggest games of the season. It'll be the first time since 2016 that Camp Randall will host a matchup of top 15 teams. The Badgers are ranked 13th, while Michigan is 2 spots ahead at 11. The Badgers are coming off of one of their 2 bye weeks.
If you're going to that game, the Badgers are trying to have fans stripe out Camp Randall based on the section where you're sitting, so you should wear either red or white. You're taking a look at a graphic that shows which section should wear which color. We're also putting this up on channel3000.com. It should look pretty cool if we can pull it off, but getting 80,000 fans to color coordinate might be a challenge.
All right, just about 6:57, Jason Stone with a final check of your First Alert traffic. Hi, Jason.
Hello. Drivers are starting to get crowded on the westbound Beltline from Stoughton Road to West Broadway. Elsewhere is moving at the posted speed limit. And it's all good on John Nolan from the Beltline to the Terrace. With your First Alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Jason, thank you very much and have a great weekend.
And of course, we are going to be watching the weather as we go through the morning. Some dense fog out there right now. Things are improving, so that's some good news. Look for temperatures warming up from the 50s and 60s into the upper 70s by lunch. For your highs this afternoon, we will top out into the low 80s. There'll be a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, though most folks should certainly stay dry. More chances for showers and storms Saturday and Sunday before some more fall-like weather early next week in 60s by the end of next week.
Thank you very much, Chris, and thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Have a great weekend. Good luck to the Cardinals on their homecoming game, and we'll see you Monday.